Howdy, and welcome back. When it comes to having a frighteningly good time here on the Texas Bucket List, I am guilty as charged. I love introducing y'all to some of the fabulous people we meet and the incredible places we find. That includes the spooky stops. And over in Waxahachie, there is a house that's fit for a monster. Ellis County continues to grow as a suburb to Big D, but that doesn't mean you can't find that country feeling out around Waxahachie. Just northeast of town, the once desolate farmland is starting to turn into neighborhoods, but there's one structure that stands on its own, and some folks tend to avoid this mysterious-looking manor.
A little creepy.
If you're brave enough to make your way to the front door of this familiar-looking facade, you'll be pleasantly surprised when you meet owner Sandra McKee.
Hey, Shane, come on in. Welcome to the Munster Mansion.
Hey, thank you. Wasn't sure what to expect. You're not too scary, but the rest of the place, whoa.
You like it?
Yes, this is awesome. Now, for some of our younger viewers, The Munsters might be a new flick on streaming services. But for the generations before, The Munsters is a 1960s TV sitcom that showcased what life was like for a couple of kooky horror film staples that just happened to be family. You had Herman, Lily, Eddie, Grandpa, and the family pet Spot. Oh, look, it's Spot.
What do you think? Spot. They really were like a regular family. Wasn't like Leave It to Beaver where everybody was perfect, you know, but the Munsters, they still bickered and did their things and got in trouble and did things like that, but they always stood up for each other like a regular family does.
Who was your favorite character?
Lily, of course.
The head of the house?
The head of the house.
What was it about her character then?
Because she pretty much ruled the house. I mean, she was, you know, the caregiver, the wife, the mother, everything. She did everything. She was just a wonderful person.
Herman Munster definitely leveled up.
Yes. Pretty much everything in here is just like the show. We reproduce the draperies, the sofa, the coffee table, the electric chair, the clock, things all the way down to the lampshade. We do have the organ here. This is an identical organ. It's just like the one in the show.
This is more impressive than the Haunted Mansion.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you very much.
So you guys built this house?
Yes, from the ground up.
Why build a Munsters house?
Because the house was cool. You know, everybody wants to know if you have the coffin phone. Of course we do.
How did you ever come across the plans, or?
We didn't have the plans. We drew it out on paper, and I watched all 70 episodes over and over to see how the layout of the room. And like Lily was 5'4", I'm 5'2". I could see how many steps it took her to get to the staircase or the stove, things like that. And that's how we basically determined where to put things.
Wow.
A lot of research.
When it comes to happy wife, happy life, your husband.
You got that. Every man should know that rule.
For 20 years, Sandra and her husband lived in this home, but now she's constantly giving tours of her terrific terror trophy house.
People come in, they appreciate what you've done, and they're living part of their past like you've lived. And I get people that they've never seen the Munsters before, and they come through here, and then they'll email me and say, I went home and watched the Munsters. It's really cool. You know, I can't believe the house is so much like the Munsters. So, and here's the kitchen. Everything in here is just like the show. Now, we reproduced the hot water heater, the cabinets, even had these ugly cabinets made because we had to have them just like in the show. I was able to find the stove. It is identical to the one they had on the set. My husband's always telling me, baby, 50% of the people are not going to notice these things, but the 50% that do will call you out every single time. These dishes on the table are from the set, and I didn't get them in time for our last charity event. So I set the table with a brown set of dishes, had a lady come through on tour, come outside to find me to let me know I didn't have the right dishes on the table. That's how much true Munster fans notice things. So it's very important to have everything that they had in the show.
Is there anything you need to improve? Is there anything you're missing?
I'm missing one thing in the living room.
What's that?
It's my floor Tiffany lamp. I can't afford a real Tiffany lamp, so I'd have to have somebody make it. And one day I'm gonna find someone that'll make that lamp for me.
And that's it, that's the only thing you need.
Well, there's a few details that I don't want to tell everybody about, but you know, I mean, that's the main thing for me is that the Tiffany lamp.
Well, there you go.
You
Anybody know how to make Tiffany lamps out there?
Yeah. This is the fun room in the house. Everything in here is just like in the show.
Gosh.
Everything from the rug to the cage with the alligator, the large mouse trap, there's Spot's doggy Din Din over there, Eddie's Woof Woof doll. Now over here, of course, is Eddie Munster. This was the size of him in the show, which is Butch Patrick. He's such a wonderful guy, great actor. But now in here, when you leave this room, you're not allowed to go out the front door. You have to go through the secret passageway.
Oh, lovely.
So here's the secret passageway, and it takes you back out.
Interesting.
What's your second favorite show?
Well, I mean, I like the Addams Family too. I grew up with that, but you know, that house, could you imagine recreating that one? You know, I like the Addams Family, the husband and wife relationship better because it was more romantic.
Sure.
And the Munsters was more normal people, you know? People get it confused because I've had people come in and ask me where things at, and I'm like, seriously, get out of my house.
And of course, our experience wouldn't be complete without something going bump in the middle of the day.
Through the week is a little slower.
Someone we know, or just the wind?
Is that the wind? Could be.
Is the Munster house
Haunted? Could be. So, yeah.
Are there Munsters in the Munster house?
Oh, I wish.
So if you're looking to see this not-so-scary house dedicated to one of America's frighteningly favorite families, a trip to the Munsters house in Waxahachie is well worth a stop.
You ever regret building this thing?
No, not at all.